This has been blink and you miss 3 plays kind of action. Both of these squads, nobody's going to say they didn't show effort tonight. That is not going to be a problem for either coach. So Ettinger to regain the lead for the Bulldogs with 1:23 left. His first free throw is long. This has been blink and you miss 3 plays kind of action.
I'm telling you, this is the end that we're on, that the buckets have been falling in plentiful.
I think
tonight.
I know why. That rim down there looks like it's bent a little forward.
Well, you'd think you'd be easier to make it in that bucket.
You would think. Second free throw is good, so Stover regains lead 44-43. Cashman inside out to Bailey. He's got an open look from 3. It won't go. Offensive board chase down by Moon to Schlotthauer to Bailey. Bailey strides inside over Belt. Belt contested, wouldn't go. Moon the putback. Tipton has their first lead of the game, 45-44 with 1 minute to go in the Polylift Boat Lift third quarter. Mosier patiently to the free throw line. Jump step out to Vbrock. Weltman wants a 3. It went halfway down, came back out. A tie up. Mosier and Moon fighting for the board. Possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. I mean, that shot right there, an example. Halfway down, came back out. It was a great look.
Mosier's open here.
He gets it off the inbound, steps in the short corner. His floater won't go. Cashman the board. 45 seconds to play. Tip on the ball.
Belt's not looking.
And ahead of the defense was Haas. He is fouled by Weltman. He'll shoot 2. Not going to lie, I don't hate the foul by Weltman. He's gonna make Haas earn them, and it's just Weltman's second.
Yeah, I'd say that's in the good foul category, Colton. You kind of bail out your big guy there who was sleeping on defense, pick up your second and make them make a couple free throws, and he missed the first end.
Exactly. So, yeah, if I'm Coach Bays, I'm happy with that. Plus, with only 40 seconds left in the quarter, just your third team foul, you're not hurt. Special thanks, by the way, to Mike Merritt, all the people here at Stover. I texted Mike yesterday, I believe, and said, Garrett, if we come over, I don't care what you do. Okay. Thanks, Mike. And second free throw, no good. So definitely a good foul by Weltman. Lead stays at 1:45-44, 33 seconds to go. Monroe inside gives it to Belt, and Belt has it poked loose out of bounds. They're going to say he was the last one to touch it. Ball to the Cardinals. I don't know if Jaron using the screen and having to drive to the basket is what you want, but he was going for it. So Tipton going to be patient here. They may want to hold for the last shot with a 1-point lead. Came into this quarter down by 10. Working the ball around the outside, 14 seconds to go. Bailey at half court. He gets the call in from Coach Reeves. Resets, 10 seconds. He's got Monroe on him. Goes to Moon. They free up Schlotthauer. Schlotthauer steps into a mid-range jumper, and it's pure. That's how the third quarter ends. A 13-point swing coming out of the half. Tipton leads 48-44. 1 quarter to go. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
I'm here in studio with racing legend, time traveler, and spokesperson for Como Connect, Chip Thunder, who has just recorded a new song. Chip, can you tell us about this new single?
Absolutely, Radio Man. This song is sure to rocket up the charts because I infused it with Como Connect's ultra-fast internet.
How'd you do that?
With science. Quit wasting time and play the song. You're welcome, Music World.
That was fast.
You can get speeds that fast, too, by going to ComoConnect.com and signing up today.
The goal of the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles is to make sure you feel your best and stay that way. A few of the public health and community services available at the Morgan County Health Center include CPR and first aid training, food safety classes, educational materials and classes promoting healthy lifestyles and activities, children and adult immunizations, and nutrition for expectant mothers and young children through the WIC program. For more information, follow the Morgan County Health Center on Facebook or call 378-5438. The Morgan County Health Center at 104 West Lafayette in Versailles, connecting the community to healthy choices.
It's time for the Como Connect fourth quarter. A 3-point game between these two conference rivals. It's going to be a fun finish. Tipton with a 3-point lead and the ball. Bailey into the corner, goes out to Moon. Schlotthauer sets the screen, comes off the screen looking for the pass, then to the corner. It's Bailey. He's going to dribble back out. Mosier pressuring him. Monroe will come over. Pass skip to Cashman inside. Schlotzauer. He's got to look from 3 off the front iron. Backboard and in. When it's your night, it's your night, and it's Dane's night.
He's got 23 according to my book, Colton. He hit 3 threes in the last quarter, had 11 points. Stover's got to do something to slow him down.
Monroe tries to answer. His 3 won't go. Rebound tipped around, hold in by Moon. So has Dane got 7 threes?
6. Yeah, 7 now.
7,
this quarter.
okay.
Yeah, 7.
Haas down low, blocked by Belt. 5 blocked shots for Jaron Belt. Just by my count, he could have more. Kid is an eraser on the back end. Tipton inbounding under their own basket, and it's lofted right to Monroe. He wants to run with it, makes some space, gives it up. Yeah, Monroe kind of got tackled at the end of that play. Foul going to be called on Cashman, his second.
I get it's good to draw the foul there, Colton, but you've got to transition bucket. You've got to attack the rim there. You've got to try to get to the free throw line or try to make a layup out of that.
No, I agree. Monroe stopped his momentum so the defender would run down his back and get the foul. But instead, he goes lane to the basket, tried the scoop shot, but it wouldn't go. Tipton has it to run, and the big man runs the floor, was rewarded for it, but it wouldn't go for Haas. Bailey's putback won't go, and Haas there to clean it up. I think Haas made it tougher on Bailey because he ran into the support and the whole basket was shaking. Stover in a little bit of a danger zone here as the lead has ballooned to 8.
Yeah, the script's been flipped, Colton. Tipton seems to be the one getting a much better transition offense here.
But Ettinger with a big bucket and 1 opportunity. Stover needed that in the worst way. So they turned to their senior, and he made a play.
Yeah, Colton, I think if it gets to 10 there, you've got to take a timeout to Tony. But letting them play, Ettinger gets the and 1. Hopefully cuts it to 5 here.
An opportunity for sure. A reminder, you're listening to tonight's broadcast on KTKS Versailles, Eldon, Lake of the Ozarks, 95.1 FM, and also online, lakeradio.com. Colton Taylor, Brock Nolting with me, Britt on the camera, and Mark Sidebottom back at the studio engineering. 3-point play won't go as the free throw rolls off the iron, so the lead stays at 6. 6:20 to play, but it's a steal by Ettinger, and he is fouled as he gets his legs cut.
Colton, that's not what you want if you're Tipton. Stover is creeping ever closer to being in the bonus very early in this quarter.
Absolutely. Team foul 3, less than 2 minutes into this quarter. Mosier, Monroe, he drives all the way to the basket. His shot up and good, lead at 4. The crowd getting a little louder. Student section coming to life. Bailey on the attack, all the way to the basket, tries to shoot around Belt. And while going out of bounds, Bailey able to throw it off the legs of Belt, so the ball will stay with the Cardinals. Weltman on ball. Cashman to inbounds. Fires to the corner to Schlotzauer. Good closeout by Monroe, and he draws the charge.
You don't see that one every day, Colton.
You do not.
Monroe takes away the wing. Schlotzauer drives right into him for the charge.
It's like baseline was available everywhere else to go. Monroe's like, no, you're not going to half court. Oh, it's a 30, so we'll hold it here. No full. I don't know why I say things. I'm just wrong. We'll take a break. Why not? You're listening to KS95 Sports.
It's not called a farm won't or a farm can't. It's the Case IH Farm All Series, and it's available now at Crown Power and Equipment. And instead of telling you that the Case IH Farm All can do baling, mowing, pulling, raking, and digging, we'll just give you the list of things it won't do. Ready? Nothing. Get your Case IH Farm All Series today at Crown Power and Equipment and find out why Can Do comes in red. Crown Power and Equipment. Passion, power, performance. Find a location near you at crown-power.com.
6 minutes to go, and Brock, you just pointed something out after that charge call. Bulldogs may have a big advantage in this quarter now.
Yeah, Tipton's got 4 fouls, 1 away from being in the bonus. Stover has none. I mean, if I'm Stover, what do you think I'm going to do? Attack the basket.
100%.
Fouls, get to the free throw line. Win this game from the stripe. Or at least try to stay in it from there.
Yeah, I mean, Stover finds themselves down by 4. So points any way necessary right now, and they do have the ball. Monroe flares out to the top of the key, uses the screen by Mosier, gives it to Mosier. 3 from the top of the key, won't go. I thought maybe it was touched, but it goes out of bounds back to the Cardinals.
I think he bobbled it going up for the jump shot and kind of released it a little funny. And
Tipton back on offense. Bailey with it to Cashman. Stover really pressuring out now. They're running Schlotzhauer 3 off the front iron, won't go. Ettinger pulls it down. If you're Tipton, I'm not positive that's the exact look you wanted. That's what they got. And a pass from Monroe underneath to Weltman, but it's stolen by Cashman. 5:15 to play. Tipton with the ball up 4. Inside to Moon, extra pass
Stover
to Haas.
has no idea where Schlotzhauer is right now.
Oh,
Still, Colton. And he's hit 7 threes in this game.
And inside with the lay-in is Moon. Lead back to 6. Stover looking for points. 5 minutes to go. Ettinger to Monroe. Corner is Mosier. Back to Monroe. Dials up a 3 off the iron. Won't go. Schlotzhauer the board, and he is fouled by Weltman. I feel like Stover falling in love with the 3 a little bit right now. And as you mentioned, 4 fouls. You should be going right at the defense.
You know, the first quarter especially, they were getting open looks off the dribble drive. And when they weren't getting open looks from 3, they were getting layups, attacking the basket, you know.
High post out to Schlotzhauer. Wants an 8-3. Give it to him. Dane Schlotzhauer. 8 threes on the evening.
And they stretched their lead to 9.
The kid might be a shooter. I'm not positive, but there's a chance. Monroe gets the mid-range out to Ettinger. 4:20 to play. 9-point game. Stover needs points. Inside to Belt. He is fouled, and he will shoot free throws.
I don't know how late in the game you gotta switch the game plan, Colton, but are you going to let Schlotzhauer keep shooting threes from out there? I mean, he's hit 8 of them, and he has hit 5 of them in this half.
Belt's first free throw good. Yeah, I think personally after about the 3rd made 3, I'd start closing out, but I don't know.
I'm thinking I'm at least maybe boxing him.
There's a legitimate
making
chance.
Somebody else score the ball.
Second free throw up and good. Lead back at 7 with 4:17 to go. Tipton trying to keep their conference title hopes alive as well. Bailey at the top of the key, being pressured by Ettinger to Schlotzhauer. Hard ball fake back to Bailey. Skips it to Cashman. He wants a 3 off the back iron. Won't go. Rebound tipped ahead by Ettinger. He comes up with it. To Monroe. Monroe scoops. Shot up and in on the right side. Lead back at 5. Just under 4 minutes to go. Stover is not going to go away.
Good transition offense there again there by Stover, Colton. That's what they needed. They needed an easy bucket to get back in this game.
Inside for Tipton, Cashman, and he is tackled by Monroe. Timeout first by the Tipton bench, and I will say Stover almost dodged a bullet because Schlotzhauer was floating all alone on the weak side again. Like, hey, guys, if you pick that up, just pass it out here. I got this. Like, I don't get it. I think at some point I'd be like, 21, we should guard him because he has more than that off just 3s.
I mean, in the same breath, though, I guess you got to admire Stover sticking to their guns. You know, they're still in this game. And
no, they absolutely are.
You know, 8 threes, so.
Well, I think Stover has played a game of someone's going to beat us not named Jackson Bailey. And Tipton said, okay, here's Dane Schlotzhauer.
Yep, that's true. They're going to make they've made somebody else beat them.
And for Tipton, the other bright side you got to be really happy about, that's a sophomore. That is a sophomore. You get 2 more years of Schlotzhauer. Tipton going to go into their district as the 1 seed next week. On the inbounds under their own basket, up by 5. 3:30 to play. Bailey to Schlotzhauer. Being pressured by Monroe. High post is Cashman. Out to Bailey. Bailey directing traffic. More than happy to take some time.
Looks like they're going to run some time off the clock here, Colton.
That could be dangerous as it's tipped away by Belt. He has it on the fast break. Left hand won't go. Offensive board. Ettinger up and in. 3-point game. You cannot run clock against an athletic team up by 5 this early.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes left, and they're trying to stall already, Colton. I don't know if this is the right move, but we'll see if it pays off down the stretch.
57-54, 2:50 to go. Tipton by 3 with the ball. Cashman to Bailey. All the way out at the half-court line. Back to Cashman.
This is what they did against Sacred Heart in that conference championship game, and it paid off in that game, so we'll see if it does here, too.
Cashman, Schlotzhauer, he wants his 9th three. Give it to him. Dane Schlotzhauer, an absolute flamethrower from downtown. 9 threes made. I don't know what the Tipton record is, but he's got to be close. Monroe makes space, gets to the rim, but it won't go. Schlotzhauer the board. 6-point game with 2:15 to play as Monroe reaches on Bailey. Just the second team foul.
I think they're switching to man here, Colton Stover is. With 2:15 left, they're switching defenses.
I mean, you have to. Schlotzhauer's got 9 threes.
If you're Stover, you've got to make sure you don't give up open threes and don't give up easy layups.
I'm not positive, but this may be Dane's first 30-piece. Bailey all the way to the rim, and it is sent back with authority by Jaron Belt, his 6th block of the night. My goodness. Schlotzhauer's bringing the rain, and Belt's throwing a block party. Tipton, a foul away from play. No, a timeout going to be called. And it's full, so we'll take the break. 2:03 to go. 6-point Tipton lead 60-54. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Every day, your Jefferson City and Osage Beach Hy-Vee pharmacies are committed to your health and wellness. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, Medicare Advantage plans, and most commercial plans, they'll cover up to 8 over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month at no cost through Hy-Vee. Most plans cover these costs and no prescription is required. Stop in at your Osage Beach or Jefferson City Hy-Vee pharmacy and see the helpful pharmacy staff today.
2:03 to play in this fourth quarter, and I mean, the story of the game is going to simply be Dane Schlotzhauer. When you can hit 9 threes in a high school game, you're going to make your presence known. Did he make anything other than threes in this game thus far?
He had 1-2 in the third quarter.
Oh, so he's not at 30. He's only at 28. Slacker.
You're the math guy here.
What a slacker. Only 28 points. Wait, no, that's not right. That's 29 points.
Yeah, you're the math guy, not me.
Oh, we are not in good hands if I'm the math guy. 60-54, 2:03 to play. Tipton inbounding under their own basket. Stover needs a stop. It's the long pass. It's tipped by Monroe. Can he get there before it's out of bounds? He gets there, has to save it blindly back, and it's picked up by Moon. Great effort from Jay Monroe. Schlotzhauer has it across half court. Just under 2 minutes to play. Moon uses the Schlotzhauer screen. Oh, ball is loose on the floor. Save back blindly. Monroe has it. Monroe on the fast break. Hangs in the air. Can't get the shot to go. Stover with a couple missed opportunities these last few minutes. Cashman has it at 3. Doesn't want it. Goes to Bailey. Stover's going to have to think about fouling soon as they only have 2 team fouls at this point. Bailey creates some space. Goes to Schlotzhauer. Back to Bailey. 1:20 to play. Moon steps out and gets it. Monroe pokes it from behind. He's going to be called for a reach. I don't think that's the worst thing for you. You're going to have to foul at some point, and that's still only the 3rd team foul with 1:19 to go in a 6-point deficit.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, that's Monroe's 4th. But, yeah, you've got to get to at least 3 fouls and maybe just pick up your 4 here. I mean, because you're going to have to start fouling here relatively soon if you want to stay in this ballgame. Hope they miss the free throws.
Bailey goes in the backcourt to get it. Mosier out to meet him. The straight man defense now from the Bulldogs. And they're going to have to foul Bailey. Mosier will be the fouler. That'll be the 4th team foul with 1:10 to play. So now the question becomes, if you're Stover, who do you want to put at the line?
It's only Mosier's 2nd foul, Colton. Monroe exits the game here. V-Brock comes in for him. Monroe's got 4 fouls.
That kind of tells me that if V-Brock he's going to be the designated fouler. As they throw it into the backcourt, Bailey gets it.
I'm going to go out on a hunch here. Probably not wanting to foul him.
I would say not, but if he doesn't give it up, you're not going to have much of a choice, and Mosier going to get called for a hand check foul with just a tick under a minute to play. Bailey will go to the line and try to stretch this to an 8-point game. Right now, just a 2-possession game, but with Any kind of make at the line, Bailey could stretch to 3.
If you're Stover here and he gets a miss, are you attacking the basket?
I think you still can.
A quick 3 points. I think I'm rebounding the ball, and I'm telling my kids attack the rim. Try to get fouled, go to the line.
Don't get me wrong.
You make a layup.
If there's a transition 3 in the corner or something, yeah, you can take that. But, yeah, I'm going to the iron. Second free throw for Bailey falls. 1 of 2 stretches the lead to 7. Tipton going to go back. No full court pressure here. Ettinger into the front court. To Monroe. He drives baseline spin move. Belt steps back, fires the 3 off the back iron. Won't go. Weltman, the offensive board. He's going to fire a 3 of his own up and good. Big shot after a big board from Weltman and in the lead at 4.
46 seconds to go. 4-point game. Tipton's up.
This game is not going to end quietly. My goodness. Neither team willing to give in here. Now it becomes interesting because it becomes about making free throws and also rebounding the ball. Tipton's Achilles heel over some of these losses recently have been giving up offensive rebounds.
Rebounding the ball and hanging onto the ball. Making sure you don't turn the ball over with under a minute to play here.
Trying to get an update out of Versailles. See how that game ended. It was just a 4-point game going into the 4th. See what Jason says.
Was that a home game for Versailles?
That was. Versailles gets to end their season with 3 consecutive home games. None of them easy as they get Boonville and follow it up Thursday with Fatima, and Friday their conference championship game as they play host to El Dorado Springs. So Tipton to inbound. Stover, full court pressure. The ball is in to Schlotzhauer, being harassed by Weltman, who just hit the big shot. Gives it off to Moon. Ball thrown ahead. Bailey able to come up with it. That was a dangerous pass. Well, I don't know what happened in the 4th quarter. It was a 4-point game going into the 4th, and then Versailles won 71-45. I'm starting to think Boonville is terrible at 4th quarters based on what I saw in Stover. Stover outscored them 16-2 in the 4th quarter, and I think Versailles just outscored them by a lot.
Bailey misses the front end of the free throws.
That's a big miss as the lead stays at 4, so it's going to be a 2-possession game no matter what. I guess it was anyway. Second free throw. It's almost identical to his last trip to the line, but it's a 5-point game. Stover got to be thinking about another 3 here. Weltman gets inside, goes to Ettinger. Ettinger uses the screen, tries to get inside. His floater won't go. He gets his own miss, puts it up and in. Lead cut down to 3, 24 seconds left. Schlotzhauer in a trap, has to throw it to the middle of the court, gets to Cashman. They've got numbers on the fast break. It's thrown out to Moon, Oh. And he is fouled, and Tipton lucky that he was, because otherwise it was going to be a Mosier steal. Ryder with 32, so his quest for 3,000 very much alive. So Moon at the line, 3-point game. Any makes it a 2-possession game, 14.7 to go. His first free throw up and good. Lead extended to 4. Now you're dialing up threes if you're Stover.
Yeah, with 15 seconds left, you've got to score a lot of points, and you've got to score them fast.
Second free throw won't go. Strong board from Belt. Mosier ahead, and the teammate was not looking for it. Turnover to the Cardinals, and what did I just miss?
I think they're calling intentional there on Monroe, but I don't quite agree with that one.
I didn't see anything malicious or extreme there, so I'm a little surprised at it.
I also don't agree with Monroe's frustration there. If you've got to be aware of the game, you've got to be aware that you're up the floor in the passing lanes. You've got to score fast points. He wasn't looking at the ball. Mosier pushes the floor. He's frustrated that the ball's turned over. I get it, but you've got to be ready for that pass.
You always got to be watching for it, especially in this situation. So one of the 2 free throws made for Bailey that stretches the lead back out to 5. Tipton with the ball after the intentional. So with 9.4 to go. It's a 2-possession game, and Tipton can add to it after what's going to have to be a foul. I mean, Tipton has to get the ball inbounds first. Bailey calling out something to Cashman, who is the inbounder, him and Schlotzhauer. Bailey screens to free up Schlotzhauer. He goes back to get it, and he is immediately fouled by Weltman. So lead at 5. Schlotzhauer could all but ice it with 2 made free throws here, and that would give him
30 rack.
Yeah, I believe it may be the first 30 piece of his career.
Weltman exits the game with 5 fouls there for Stover. Nardi checks in. So does Vibrock.
Okay, yeah, we do have confirmation. Oh, I may have spoke too soon.
Misses the front end of that one. Commentator's curse.
If he
we're going to
makes
blame
this,
that one on Colton Taylor.
Absolutely, 100%. If he makes this one, it's his first 30 piece. And I think he knows is the problem. He's got that big old grin on his face. He's only got 9 made threes. You know, you wish he could have just shot it a little better from downtown. Second free throw is good. Dane Schlotzhauer, big smiles. He's got his first 30 piece, and Tipton closing in on a big win. Corner 3 from Vibrock up and good. Little extra time ran off the clock, too. If I'm Coach Pace, I'm maybe telling the refs, hey, we probably had another second on that clock, if not more.
Big 3 there by Luke Vibrock in the corner. You know, cuts it to a 3-point game. Don't agree that there's 0.3 left, like you said. I think a little extra time ran off.
I don't know how it got to 0.3.
I thought it was 1.3, but...
Well, it was at 2.1 and then just went to 0.3.
So,
oh, man. I'm just saying, though, now...
now we've got 30 seconds back on the clock.
There's 3.
3.
I will say, though, that now that intentional foul looms bigger and bigger because it would just be a 2-point game, and a missed free throw would change a lot, as Stover still has timeouts as well, but they are going to have to try to jump the inbounds pass here and get a look at this to force overtime. I think that's exactly what Coach Pace is instructing him. Personally, if I'm Stover, I'm putting Jaron on the inbounder. The dude's got an 8'4" wingspan, and that's exactly what they're going to do. You're going to put him on Lucas Cashman, and Tipton trying to get it into Bailey or Schlotzhauer. And if you're Tipton, it's catch and hug it tight. Schlotzhauer comes free and finally fouled just before the buzzer, and the officials are going to wave it off and call game. They are. That's how it ends. 65-62. Tipton defeats Stover by 3. The conference title is anyone's based on how this week ends. Post-game show coming up in just a moment. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
Holly Lift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Holly Lift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Holly Lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Holly Lifts.
This is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. We are so proud that we are still a locally owned and operated bank. So when you apply for a loan with us, all decisions are made here, where they should be. We've got the right loan package for you, so call or stop by today and visit any one of our loan professionals. Member FDIC and Fair Housing Lender.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
Since 1844, Kidwell Garber Funeral Home has been a part of Versailles. They've seen the community grow. They've seen the community change. But one thing remains the same. Nothing's more important than our schools. Kidwell Garber would like to take this time to salute everyone involved in keeping Versailles schools a source of pride for the community, and to the students who always strive to do their best, whether in sports or academically. You are the future. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie.
Back with the Shed post-game show as Tipton picks up a hard-fought win over Stover by a mere 3 points. Brock, it was a back-and-forth game. In your mind, what wound up being the deciding factor in this ball game?
Tipton adjusted well coming out of halftime. They pushed the ball, and then we're getting the ball into the high post and getting either dump downs or getting Slotzhauer open looks.
It turns out that was a good move.
And Slotzhauer was making the most out of being out there. He was hot this game.
Yeah, he was indeed. Anytime you can, rattle off 9 threes in a game, you're going to have some success. Speaking of that, what did the individual scoring look like in this game?
So I've got leading scorers for Tipton. Of course, Dane Slotzhauer with a 30-piece tonight. And then the second leading scorer, I had Jackson Bailey with 13. And then for Stover, leading scorer, I had Landon Edinger with 18. And then right behind him, Cody Mosier with 16. These are your unofficial stats.
Hey, man, if you put them down, I believe they're official. So it was a lot of fun. Like I said, the game lived up to the hype and then some. Both these teams battled it out, and we still don't know who the K-Singer Conference champion is, and we won't until the end of this week. Stover plays host to Cole Camp on Friday, and sometime this week, I don't know what day, Tipton has Sacred Heart, a rematch of the conference tournament championship. Brock, any final thoughts on what we've seen this evening?
If you're Stover, you're disappointed with the loss, but that's got to motivate you to go out there and beat Cole Camp on Friday. It's got to put a bitter taste in your mouth. And if you're Tipton, you want the whole piece of the pie. You want to go out there and get yours. You want to split it because they can only split it with Cole Camp, right?
I believe so.
But if Cole Camp loses, they get the whole thing.
I was about to say, you're a Stover fan for the rest of this week now if you're Tipton.
Yeah, you're a Stover fan. You want Stover to go in and beat Cole Camp like they did in the conference tournament.
Or wait, that's not right. If Stover beats Cole Camp, then somehow they would share the conference title. I don't know how all this works. I'm going to have to ask somebody.
So many scenarios. You're going to have to get back on the radio and explain them all.
I'm going to have to. And once again, the Tipton girls defeat the Stover girls and got an update that Versailles picked up the win over Boonville. Brock, I really appreciate you doing the games with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun, buddy. I knew somebody in our group would do a game eventually, and I had always hoped it'd be you, but I wasn't sure. But I appreciate you coming out, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. I appreciate you having me. Everybody have a happy Valentine's Day. God bless.
Oh, and by the way, if you need a haircut, I know this barber in town, Barbering by Brock. Go see my buddies right next to Veracruz there in Stover. He fixed me up before the game. You do good work, my man. You really do. Hey, you've got the nicest barber chair in town, too.
Yeah, thanks. I'll always go for some free advertising, so appreciate it.
That's going to put a wrap on things for Britt on the camera and Mark back at the studio. He's Brock, and I'm Colton. This has been another